Amon-Ra St. Brown said, just became the highest paid wide receiver, 4 years, $120 million. Here's how much he will actually earn. $30 million salary every year. So let's break this down. Guys, he started with $30 million. Mm-hmm. It took 11.1 M's for the federal tax. They take $900,000 for the agent fee. They take $894,000 for the jock tax. So $703 for FICA Medicare, $637 for the Michigan tax. So obviously it broke them down to 15.7 net income. Cam, can you speak to this? Are they really cutting a check like that though?
Yeah, so
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations. God Body Sean. All right, y'all, what's going on? Elevation Nation Conversations. God Body Sean. It's a late night. We getting it in. I got a lot going on. Got some schoolwork I had to get to. Got some daddy duties I had to take care of, and still doing a lot of other things. So, but we still getting to it. I saw this video with Cam Newton. That's my man Cam. Cam was in the league for a while. Cam did his thing. I think he was smart. He got up out of the league. He got his money and got up out of there. That's what I would have done. So any and all of these sports, I wouldn't, I get my money and get up out of there. But he was breaking down and he was talking about the pay rate and the taxes and the income that a lot of these athletes have and what they make and what they really actually net and not just the gross. And it was a real interesting point, and I've known this for a couple years now because I know a couple ex-professional football players that I've met out here in Texas. And we've talked and we just talked about money and just business topics and things like that. And they kind of broke it down to me, and I was surprised at the pay rates and the taxes and the things like that. I think a lot of people would be surprised if they understood and knew really how the money breaks down and realized that a lot of these athletes, entertainers, artists, musicians, they're not making money how you think they are. They're not living that life that you think they are. But Cam Newton was talking about that, about the NFL contracts and the money and how it breaks down. And it was very interesting. So I'm gonna let Cam Newton cook, and then I'm gonna come back and give my opinion and my views on it. So hit that like, subscribe button, drop a comment in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Elevation Nation Conversations, Elevation Nation Tribe is you guys. And I'm God Body Sean, I appreciate it. Let's go.
all right, Peggy, what we got? Newton's Law, main segment.
Yes, sir, Ski. So Newton's Law, man. How we gonna cut the pie down, bro? All the money they saying you have really don't. It's not like that. So Newton's Law, man. Taxes and a breakdown of the NFL, man. This is how they breaking the contracts down. Amon-Ra St. Brown said, just became the highest paid wide receiver, 4 years, $120 million. Here's how much he will actually earn. $30 million salary every year. So let's break this down. Guys, he started with $30 million. It took 11.1 M's for the federal tax. They take $900,000 for the agent fee. They take $894,000 for the jock tax. So $703 for FICA Medicare, $637 for the Michigan tax. So obviously it broke them down to 15.7 net income. Cam, can you speak to this? Are they really cutting the check like that though?
Yeah, so let's break it down.
Okay.
All right, and I think a lot of people are ignorant in regards to money and how it's made. Okay, so when I look at Amon-Ra St. Brown's 4-year, $120 million contract, 30 mil of that is what he's going to make per year. Mm-hmm. All right. What people don't also know, you're going to get taxed in every state that you play. That's outside of. So the team is going to take that federal tax.
Okay.
But you are responsible for the state tax for all the states that you play.
So break it down.
So if they play San Francisco, you got to pay San Francisco tax. You also got to pay Atlanta tax. Okay, you got to pay Miami tax. Okay, you got to pay Chicago tax. And you got to pay, well, you know you got to pay Minnesota tax just in their division. You got to pay Green Bay tax because you're in their division. You got to pay the Vikings tax. Or no, I said Minnesota, Chicago. You got to pay Chicago state tax too. That's, you know you have to do that. So people don't understand taxes. If anybody wants to understand the simple rule of money, use money, don't let money use you. It's a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That is an unbelievable read. And the rich and wealthy understands that it's not about how much money you make, it's how much money you don't have to spend in taxes. What are you saying, Bug? What I am saying is this. So as an entity, Amon-Ra St. Brown is an entity. Okay. So he will have to get all that cut. So you're taking home $15 million, right? But also you got to get taxed with the state tax. Cool. Still a lot of money. But this is the sweet spot. You're making that in 17 weeks. So just do the numbers. For entertainment purposes, can somebody please tell me $15,700,000 divided by 17? That's how much, hold on, let me see the number. So he's gonna take home every Tuesday $923,529 and what is that? 41 cents, give or take. Oh, that's whether he catches 4 touchdowns or drop 4 touchdowns. So even with that, you gotta understand, you got a bunch of gimmies that's coming. They coming. What's a gimme, Cam?
Come on now.
You got parents. Hey, gimme. Homeboys, gimme. Homegirls, gimme. Family member, gimme. Pot, Look, tell you something. I would love to use this app for, hey, bro, I want to come support. I want to come to a game. I will send them a link to StubHub.
Okay.
That's how you support.
That's how you support.
You know what I'm saying?
And I totally agree with Cam, man. That's the my guys that I knew, the true football players that I knew. One lives in Dallas. He played for, I think, 3 different teams, and there was another one. He played for the New Orleans Saints. I helped him kind of do some trucking business things and things like that, but they said the same thing. There are a lot of taxes. That number that they show you on TV is the gross. That's not what these guys, these athletes, entertainers, and all that are taking home. They have agents. They have taxes, federal taxes, state taxes, lawyers. They have a lot of people to pay out of that money. So every state that they play in, they have to pay the taxes for that state. And different states have different tax percentages. But the sweet spot is, like Cam said, every week for 17 weeks, however long the season is, because I really don't watch. I don't follow football, sports like that. But every Tuesday, he's taking home net after all the expenditures and taxes and all that, almost $1 million check. So it's a give and take situation. Yeah, they taxing the hell out of you. They taxing you like crazy, but you have the ability to make all of this money in a short period of time, very, very, very quick. You are getting beat up with your body. You're away from home a lot, so a lot comes with that. But you do get a lump sum of money in a short span of time, and there should be no reason why a lot of these athletes and entertainers and things like that are going broke, because they're just not making smart, fundamental decisions with their money. They're living a lifestyle that's just ridiculous. It's overspending. They have friends and family that they're trying to take care of, and they feel they need to help everyone and do for this one, do for that one. So it definitely drives you in a hole. And a lot of them, they don't have investment, or they don't have bankers and CPAs and things like that, personal accountants and assistants and things like that to deal with their money and educate them correctly, where to invest, what not to invest, or what to put up and, live off the interest and things like that. That's very, very important. I know a lot of guys get on here on YouTube and they get to talking and giving advice and experience, and a lot of them have done nothing in their life. They never ran a business. They've never maybe had any higher education, or never been married, or they've never been in the streets, or they've never been here and there, and they're speaking on topics just from a uninformed standpoint. So a lot of times people get on here and they're giving information that they really have no personal experience with. So sometimes you got to make these people vet themselves, and that's why I have no problem talking and showing proof of what I've done and what I'm doing and things like that, because I've done a lot of things. But I have run a company, I ran a business, I employed several people. I understand the tax situation, I understand the overhead, I understand the cost, I understand profit and loss, I understand going to these banks and getting working capital to use their money instead of using your money to fund and expand your business. I understand the process of getting credit, how to build credit, how to use credit, because I've had excellent credit, personal and business credit. And I can kind of speak and understand what he's talking about. Now, I've never made the amount of money that these athletes and entertainers have made, but I understand it on a smaller scale. My company that I had, my trucking company, was grossing $300, $350 a year. I didn't have to work. I had an Airbnb, or I was doing other, things. I was in the music business. I've sold music. I've, done a bunch of different things. I'm an author. I've written books. I've gotten books published. So I understand that there's more to it than just people throwing that number out saying, yeah, this is what I'm making. Nah, that's what you're getting, but there are a lot of expenses called a P&L statement, a profit and loss statement, a balance sheet. A balance sheet is what you have in, let's say, an app like QuickBooks, and a balance sheet will break down all your expenses, all your revenue, and it'll show you how much money you got coming in versus how much you got going out, what this costs, what that costs, the cost of operation. It breaks down all of that, and it will really truly show you where you're at with your money and what are you doing and what you're making and what you're losing, if you're profitable, if you're not profitable. And that's something I learned the hard way. I was in a business program, and they gave us a lot of mentorship with banks and lenders and business planning and things like that, but ultimately I expanded my business too fast, and I wound up having to, close the business. I had to get rid of my employees. I had to close the business. I had to go back into the workforce, the work field, but I learned a hell of a lesson. I saw my bank accounts. I saw my bank statements, with how much was coming in and what was going out. I saw my business credit. I know how to build and sustain and grow business credit, personal credit. I know how to get financing. I know how to get funding. There are a lot of programs out there, so I have been through all of these things, and I'll talk about these things more on my program, on my channel. But Cam is right. You see that big number, but that's not the number that you take home. That is not the number you take home. And if you don't have any money management skills, you lose all of that in no time flat. That's why you see a lot of bankrupt athletes and entertainers and regular normal people. It comes from bad money management, not having good CPAs, helping you with your books and your taxes, and having a good tax accountant, tax attorney, because them taxes will kick your ass. them taxes would come back and get you. They would have you looking like, oh my God, I owe this much in taxes because I made how much? It'll have you scrambling and trying to do all type of tricks and cut corners and things like that. But it's never good. You know, it's never good when you try to cut the corners and do tricks, you know, with the taxes and the numbers in the books. Because this is something I learned when I was in the streets. Money counts itself. You know, money counts itself, and you cannot. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. So you can't fudge the books, or you can't lie, because the numbers account itself, and it will be unbalanced, and you will show some discrepancies. And once you start messing up in one line, it goes on and on and on, and it will just totally destroy your books. So yeah, take heed. A lot of these athletes and entertainers are not living how you think they're living. They're not making the money you think they're making. And you definitely have to have your ducks in order if you're going to get wealth and you're going to keep it. So I definitely suggest do some reading, do some research, get around some people that understand money, bankers, and understand math. Get you some accountants and attorneys, and that's the best way to go about it to stop yourself from going broke. But Cam was definitely talking right, telling the truth. Hit that like, subscribe button. You know, drop a comment in the comment section what you think about what Cam was saying about the wealth and some of these players and how they, you know, mess their money up. And drop me a comment, give me a like and a share and a subscribe. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Elevation Nation Conversations, where we talk about a variety of topics. We break them down and see how we can apply them and use them to our lives. How we can use them to build and grow and get better in our life and continue growing and developing. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So I'm going to check y'all on the next one. And I'll check y'all later. Peace.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations. God, Body, Sean.